I drank too much. Downtown was where I was, drinking away all those memories of you. Waking up not feeling fine, can't walk in a straight line. Open blinds and the sun reminds me of you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Daniel Castaneda for another episode of Talk to Talk. And today we have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Fernando Garcia.
How's it going, guys?
And he's going to talk to us a little bit about his clothing line that he has going on. How you doing, Mr. Fernando?
Pretty good, brother. Pretty good, man. Yeah, Faith and Gains is something that God spoke to me. I've always had a vision, and it was kind of hard to get a name for it. But one day, just at church, I guess God showed me Faith and Gains, and so I went and I checked it out, and sure enough, I was able to get the Instagram, the website, the Snapchat, the Facebook, all the social medias for it, and I started working slowly on it. I got close with a friend. I told him about it. He designed me the logo. And ever since then, I got connected with some shirt brands or some companies where they were able to make the shirts for me, and we started from there, and we went off. The idea was to bring, because I do a lot of, I'm in the fitness industry. I like being in it, and I wanted more shirts to wear, and I wanted to be able to represent my clothing line or represent Jesus in the gym arena, right? Like when you're in the gym, there's a lot of people that are wearing their stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that isn't, I guess, too appropriate, that I would say, and in what they say, some sort of bad words and stuff like this. But I wanted to be able to represent my faith in there, and I feel like a lot of my ministry, like my side ministry, is in the gym. A lot of people come up to me and they ask me stuff, fitness stuff, but they also talk to me about faith stuff. Especially because I'm wearing my Faith and Gains. Something like, hey man, do you go to church? Which church do you go to? And a lot of times there's people that are hurting, that are going through a struggle. So it's an awesome way to connect with people.
That's pretty good. Where can they buy the clothing line?
You can get the clothing, either message me directly, mostly either you can DM me on Facebook or on mostly on Instagram Faith and Gains. I do have my website up, faithandgains.com. It's under the development for further. So I have maybe 3 shirts up. But my testimony is there. The website Faith and Gains, I wanted to do it mostly where people are able to share their testimony. So far I just have mine, but throughout the time I want to get more people's testimony up there. I want to start putting up workout routines for people who are just starting to get have a foundation of okay, how do I work out, or what's a good workout routine? Because I do get a lot of people that come up to me and they ask me, hey, do you have a workout for me, or can you share me a workout? So I want to post that up there. I do have merch there where they can represent Jesus. And then I also have a prayer request. So in case they have a prayer or something they want to share, they can email me and I can pray for them in that sense.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. As far as Faith and Gains, you said you went to the gym. Is there any particular, because I know a lot of people ask you what type of supplements you take, what is your routine, what kind of food do you eat, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that's what questions that they ask you. So tell us for the audience a little bit about in your routine, what is it that you do, you know what I mean?
One thing I definitely that I try to stay away from is sweets, like sugar, salt, and alcohol. I don't drink, of course, as a Christian. Prior to becoming a Christian, I used to drink, but I would see how it would affect me. So I gave that up. Sugar, so I try to stay away from it. So I don't do any sodas, no sodas, just pure water, and I do do energy drinks when I'm super tired. If you're not taking any, I don't recommend you do. But if you need a kick, then to wake you up, maybe a little caffeine, it's okay. Right? Just don't get addicted or become dependent on them. Is what I want to say. Other than that, I would say everybody has a different. There's 3 body types. And so I'm the type of body type that tends to lose weight real quick. So I can afford to eat kind of dirty, more common than most people. So I can eat my pizzas, my burgers and stuff like that because I need the calories to maintain my weight. Somebody is having trouble losing weight, they might have to stay away from that stuff because they're trying to consume less calories.
Yeah.
But the foundation of losing weight is being in a calorie deficit. So you have to be better, consuming less or burning more calories than what you take, right? Being in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
For those that want to gain weight, you have to eat more, right? So you have to be in a calorie surplus. So it just eat, and a lot of people think, like, I have a lot of skinny people that are like, man, I eat a lot. But when, because I used to be one of those people that I'm like, man, I eat a lot, but I don't gain weight. But actually, I wasn't eating enough. So when you count the calories, it's like, oh man, I'm not really eating enough.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, check the calories, eat, and you have to eat a lot. You have to eat a lot, more than you burn, definitely.
I know you were a teacher, right?
Yeah.
You were a teacher? Oh, you still are?
Yeah, I still am.
Okay.
Yeah.
You Voltec, right? Because
South Texas Voltec. Yeah.
What do you teach there?
Right now, I teach computer accounting classes. I've been doing it for about 10 years. Yeah, computer accounting classes. We're actually switching the program from computer accounting to business studies, which focus all on the way-around of the business. Like there's HR, management, marketing, accounting. So it covers all the fundamentals. So if you're interested in that, go check out South Texas Voltec. There in McAllen. I'll be one of the teachers, but that's one of the programs that they have there, and that's where I'm at.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. As far as like this, you said they can buy it at from you. Was it easy? I mean, because there's a lot of people out there, you know, that actually want to make clothing lines. You know what I mean? And is it really easy for them to start off, or?
I think it can be easy, but it's very time consuming. The thing is, something that I've noticed is a lot of people want to be the next big thing. They want to go and they want to be, they want the spotlight, they want the fame. But I honestly think that it's where's your heart at? You know what I mean? If your heart is in helping people, I think if you focus more on, okay, actually you enjoy helping people and you enjoy your passion, then there'll be a good outcome of it. But if you're like, okay, I want to go do it for the fame and for the likes and this and that, and you're just doing it, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And eventually, I feel like you'll be hitting a stop, or you'll be unsuccessful. You know, in a sense, you won't be. What are you doing different than everybody else? You know, if you're just doing it to get attention, me as a Christian, I feel like that's the wrong way to do it. Right? What's the point of gaining the whole world but losing your soul? You know what I mean? So I feel like you have to have a good intention, and the outcome will come of it. But you also have to be hardworking. Now, a lot of people want something, but they're not willing to put in the work for it either.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing in the industry that I'm in, where a lot of people, when they want to go into film or they want to go into commercials, they want from one day to the next to be a star, and it's like, hey, you can't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, because there's like millions and millions of people that are trying to do the same thing that they're trying to do, and it's really hard. You know, and if you do get that big break, it's because either you put a lot of time and into that industry yourself.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, when I was living in Los Angeles, I mean, every day I would go to an audition, and there was like 4 or 5 auditions a day, and you had people, thousands of people that were just there. You know, and they were doing the same thing that you're doing. You know, going to an audition. You know, so it's like, okay. I mean, you have to. That's it. I mean, you know, every day I would, before I would leave my studio apartment, I would pray, and I would just pray and tell God, thank you for another day. Let's see what today comes out of it. You know, and that's how I went about. And when I went over there, and I was very fortunate that I got to meet, I guess, the right people at the right time. You know, and from one day to another, a producer called me from Warner Brothers Studio and he's like, "Hey, you want to work? I have work for you."
There you go.
You know,
Amen.
so I
Amen.
mean that's
Yeah.
I mean that's a lot of time consuming, and you never know what's
Yeah.
gonna come out of it. I
Amen.
mean, unless you do it and you do it in good faith, and
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah. I feel like if you live in God's, if you're praying God's will be done, eventually He'll exalt you. I feel like if you stay humble, as you stay humble, God will exalt you at the right time. And it's just, and of course, it's what you're doing in the darkness. I feel like your integrity. Like maybe I know me. Like in the gym, people are like, "Oh man, I want to be like you." Like, okay, but what are you doing on your free time? Are you playing video games or are you working out?
Yeah.
You know, same thing with faith. Like, oh man, like I want to be. I guess you know, as God exalts you because you're faithful in this and that. It's like, okay, well, what are you doing in your free time? Are you praying? Are you reading? Are you getting in the Word? Or are you just want to be exalted? You know what I mean? And I feel what we're doing in secret or in that darkness time is what's gonna evaluate. It's not like you were just handed that position. You know, you were probably like training on the side, practicing your trade, right? Your skill.
Yeah.
So when you got the opportunity, you were ready.
Yeah.
But so many people are like, oh, I just wanted. Well, have you been practicing? Have you been putting in the work? You know, and I think that's very important, and that's where I feel a lot of people lack that I guess that skill or that talent or that trait and putting in the work in the darkness, or maybe that's where they lack of seeing. You know,
yeah,
they don't see
it
the
has
work.
to come back to where the same thing that you were saying. It's people want it for something to happen from one day to the next, and it's not gonna happen until you actually put the time and effort into it. You know, so when it's your time, you're already there and you already know.
Definitely.
You know, but
Awesome.
and I know you've done a couple of commercials, right?
I did. Actually, I just had one yesterday, and it's crazy because people ask me like, "Hey, do you have an agent or this and that?" And I always tell them because I don't. I'm like, "Yeah, Jesus is my agent." You know?
Yeah.
People hit me up, and people always tell me like, "Hey, how do you get into acting and how are you getting these spots?" I'm like, man, people hit me up. Like, I've been blessed that, and maybe not everybody is in that position, but I'm thinking that, you know, the way I carry myself or they remember me because of what I said or this and that, so it's in the back of their mind, and they give me that opportunity. Like, hey, this guy carries himself well. He has good integrity. You know, he's not doing shady stuff in the back, because a lot of these things. You know, these companies in commercials or this or that, they want somebody who has a good record. And a lot of people are like maybe going out partying, drinking, all these things, but then they want to be on the commercials. Like, okay, it's like, who are you representing? You know, they put you up for this commercial, but then you have a crazy life on the side. It's not going to go hand in hand, or you might lose your position because of what you're doing on your downtime.
Yeah.
Right? So November 17, 2015. I surrendered. You know, I surrendered to God, and I'm like, God, I'm done doing it my way, because my way always leads me to pain and destruction. And I felt like the Holy Spirit answered me, and since then, God's been exalting me. I've seen Him exalting me, and I can look back now at it and be like, man, I guess in my humbleness or in the place that my heart is in the right place, God's like, okay, now I can use you in these positions because your heart is right.
For our audience, any message that you would like to relay? Maybe a scripture that you know by faith, and you know, for our audience out there.
Well, I would say get to know Jesus. You know, if you're struggling or not struggling, if you feel that you're missing something, because I feel inside we're all missing something when we're not connected to God. If you seek Jesus wholeheartedly, man, you'll find Him. You'll find Him, and He'll give you that peace, that love, the joy that this world can't give you. It's a different kind of peace. It's a different kind of love. You know, it's unconditional love. It's peace that in this world you can't sustain. So I can go to sleep with so much peace and so much love, knowing that God's got it. You know, for those that I know, there's so many people in, I guess, this type of area or in this season or this generation, something that I feel people are struggling with is anxiety, depression. You know. So I would say, man, when you can fully trust God, He takes all that away. He takes all that away, and you can have that peace, that calmness, that love, that joy that the world can't do. So give Him a shot if you've never given Him a shot. God is faithful. God is so good. He's amazing. So you have to give him a shot. That's what I would say to the audience, anybody hearing. Don't put a timeline on him. Don't give up. If you're running the race, don't give up, because we know that at the end, we know what the ultimate prize is. So even if we're not getting blessings, because we don't do this for a blessing, but we do it for who he is.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. Here with another episode of Talk the Talk, Mr. Fernando Garcia Sancho.
Now that you have somebody new, I got something to tell you, but please don't hear me out, 'cause I know you won't listen to a word I say, 'cause I hurt you bad. I know I hurt you so bad.